So, how is it today? Yesterday, whenever? I got some interesting stuff today. Night, never. uh, let's see. First off, I need to check. Okay, I have not messed up things. I have messed up things always. I always mess up something. And yes, I know my room. That's that's a worry for another time. There we go. Now I'm a little brighter, a little lighter. No, I'm not lighter. Brighter maybe, but not lighter. Uh, and yes, the camera angle's a little bit different, so just try to ignore the boobs. I promise that's not all fat. That is boobs, and they're even squished down in a whatever. We don't. I'm not here to talk about my boobs. We're here to talk about game news, and we're gonna start out with some game news. Go. So I don't know how many of you have used the Wallpaper engine off of Steam. It's a free download. It is really cool. Now it is a little intense on your computer. Like it's not intense, but just like if it's struggling at all, then I wouldn't. But if your computer's running normally, if you got a gaming rig, it's not going to bother it the least little bit. But anyway, what it does is it lets you put animated wallpapers. You can put a different wallpaper on every screen. You can do all sorts of stuff. Anyway, uh, Token Sensei, usually behind me. He's not right now. He's at the store, but he's had it for years, and he loves it. And he just realized that he could make his own wallpapers. Is there we go. And he has made a Majin Buu wallpaper, and it is available for download. You can see it over here on. So imagine that being the wallpaper for your computer monitor. Pretty cool. He's also thinking about putting one that has sound in the background, which I think is weird, but each their own. So anyway, if you come here, here's the download, and if you need Wallpaper Engine, he's got a link to the Wallpaper Engine download on Steam down below. Here, link. I really thought it was cool. Like this is just he doesn't normally play with stuff like this. I'm usually the graphics person in this house. I'm usually the one that has to get on GIMP and will tell me an idea and I will make it for him. First time that he's like gotten on any sort of program that's like a design program and made something himself, and I can't believe he did so good. Like I'm almost irritated. I've been doing that kind of stuff for years. It just comes and like, hey, look at this thing I made, and it's freaking fabulous. So I'm a bad girlfriend. I had not given it the thumbs up yet. All right, my work here is done. Star Wars: The Old Republic. What up next? Go straight into something that he has spent a lot of time playing. So, facing the R4 anomaly operation in the coming expansion, Legacy of the Sith, they're changing how players gear their characters and how they grow in power over time. Got the details about the changes in legendary items and itemizations 7.0 blogs linked in this. Um, their goal is to ensure players have the best in-game experience possible. Help us achieve the goal. We're planning two changes for the R4 anomaly operation. First, it will only be available in 8-player mode. The vast majority of our ops run in 8-player, so we're focusing on enhancing and carefully tuning 8-player mode for the R4 anomaly and all future ops. Existing ops will still be available in both 8 and 6-player. Second, they're staggering the release of the op and the release of the expansion. As noted in the linked articles above, there are a number of gearing changes, and they want to make sure that players have ample time to gear up. Sounds good. Here comes a link to that article. Yeah. So, like it says in the title, we're breaking up. Didn't make much sense to me either. But apparently, they've got something coming called scenarios, which I'm trying to like get my preconceived notion out of my head because for me, scenario equal wow, and I'm like, yeah. So starting today, play the Finding Love After a Breakup scenario and help your sim move on with their lives. They want to give all of their heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart. That first cut was the deepest for your sim. Their heart is broken, and it's up to you to mend it. Jump into Sims 4 and start playing a new scenario where you'll help Sims learn to love again and earn points to spend at the room. Okay, now I'll like the second part. That's it. Waiting, sending a link because there's nothing more to be gleaned here. All right, Razer news. Razer's new Silent Office range will be great for streamers and gamers. Ah! These white, quiet peripherals might help office workers and streamers alike. Loud and proud champion of RGB peripherals, Razer is taking a hard turn with its range designed for low-profile office use. This set adds a mouse, keyboard, and mousepad that all focus on odd features like silence and comfort. Silence and comfort, or odd features. Okay. The Razer ProClick Mini is a small, white, unassuming looking office mouse. I don't even think it has lights in it. It has capacity for 2 AA batteries, but can run off one and can connect to 3 devices via Bluetooth, plus an extra one using the dongle. You what, mate? uh, and it's okay. They confused me with the comma thing. $80. $80. Mouse. Match the mouse. Razer has gone with. I've been watching. I've been looking at way too many CPUs, so I'm like, Ryzen has gone with it. It's like, wait, why is it spelled wrong? Razer has gone with another solid white design for the Razer ProType Ultra keyboard. White is a nice look, and the white backlighting on the keyboard does add a touch of office acceptable bling. Again, there's a focus on silence. And it's going to be $160. And lastly, the mouse pad is $30 for a mouse pad. Take your mouse pad, roll it up. I'm going to stop myself there. I ain't paying no $30 for a regular mouse pad. Unless it's this giant thing. Hang on. How big is it? No, it's light gray. See if we can open unless it's okay, it is at least a mouse mat. Yeah, to me there's a difference between a mouse pad and a mouse mat. I still think 30 is a little steep for a plain gray one, but man, so yeah, that's see no, because that's gonna get way too dang dirty. Just way too dirty, in my opinion. I do like I do like the keyboard. It would be terrible for me because I'm obsessive about cleaning my keyboard, um, and it's still always dirty, and so I don't even want to think what it would look like with a white one. And I've got a Corsair uh, A55, I think. Okay, okay. I got the lit up lights change colors. It was a birthday gift for me from smoking. I want to say 2 years ago. A lot of my stuff is smoking gifts. It seems. I don't know. First, I know I've got my stuff down in the bottom, but he got me. Thing's about worn out now, but he got me my Horde mouse pad, which I love. And that gray is not dirt. That's actually part of the design. It's like shiny stuff. And then my pride and joy, my best friend, that is fairly debilitated at this point because it's so old. My 700. Love the G700. Ridiculously expensive. I got it when it was actually new. It wasn't ridiculously expensive, like when they first developed them, and so they hadn't gone insane on price yet, and so it's old, but it's still going. It budges up every now and then, but for its age, I'm happy with it. So yes, I stand Logitech G700 like crazy. Meta has a problem. There's already a meta. Now, someone please, is there somebody in the business that can explain this to me. How can a company as big as Facebook not do a search to make sure there wasn't already what is it, patent trademark? There wasn't already a trademark for Meta before they choose that as their name. I know a few different small business owners, and they all did that. They Googled, they went, and then when they filed for it before they announced the name. uh, what's you doing, lizard boy? You made a boo boo. So and it is in the PC and tech trademark because you can have like a Meta Plumbing and then a Meta stuff that's a tech company. And internet, please don't be doing it. Yeah, it just that this has even happened. But yeah, so Facebook's Meta may not actually be Meta. It might wind up being something else because he's not going to be able to get the trademark for it unless he pulls Lizard Boy shenanigans, which it could happen. Elden Ring. So we got like 15 seconds of gameplay footage off Elden Ring from a leak. But now they've announced a formal Elden Ring gameplay premiere, and it is coming, I think tomorrow. See, despite the handful of trailers and screenshots that have come out over the years, fans still have yet to see the game truly in action. Unfortunately, or fortunately, fans, we're so vain. We probably think this game is about us. Fans won't have to wait all that much longer. In blah, blah, blah. Tell us when we're gonna frickin' see it. Come on, come on. It's receiving an extended 15-minute gameplay premiere November 4th. Yes, tomorrow, 7 a.m. Pacific. So 9. All right, so same time as my stuff's coming out. This is gonna be coming out. So yeah. A link a dink a dink, link a da dink a doo for you. All right, you know what happens when World of Warcraft gets mentioned. I tend to get um, triggered. So they're finally, frickin' finally, thinking harder about adding cross faction rating because it had to get this goddamn bad. The World of Warcraft director Ian Hazzikostas has stated that the current climate of the game, cross faction gameplay could happen in the future. Stop with the in the future. Just freaking do it because there's not enough GD Alliance to go around. And we shouldn't have to go play orcs if we don't want to go play orcs. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like playing orcs and trolls and whatnot, but I really love playing Worgen. So, primary conflict is always revolved around the drama between the Alliance and the Horde. Orcs v humans, two opposing playable factions in the game. In a recent interview, Ian stated the concept of cross-faction play between the Alliance and the Horde was on the radar. In the interview, he touched on a multitude of topics from culture, both in the game and at Blizzard, and on the future of WoW in light of the changes it is undergoing in response to the lawsuits. One of the comments addressed the concept of players from opposite factions being able to play and raid together, a feat presently impossible despite the narrative in WoW featuring the two forces working together on multiple occasions. Multiple. How about every expansion? Every single one. We start out, we fight, and then by the end, we're like, oh shit, we're all gonna die. Let's be buddies for like 10 seconds. Okay. Historically, Hazzikostas and other WoW developers had swiftly dismissed the idea. During BlizzConline earlier this year, Hazzikostas said WoW was at least considering bridging the gap between factions in the future. Now, however, it seems like WoW is not only entertaining the idea but strongly considering it, as it would make sense with the narrative direction of the game and solve many of the population problems, especially on servers where Alliance and Horde populations are uneven. You mean every server? Every server everywhere? Okay, looks like we get a quote here. I'd say it's a bit more on the radar, yes. That's one of the areas where a lot of things to solve, a lot of things to figure out to make it happen. But at the end of the day, if Jaina and Thrall are working alongside each other in the raid, why can't Alliance and Horde players also work alongside each other in that raid? Especially when we know it's going to solve a lot of the social problems people are grappling with, particularly trying to keep a high-end Alliance guild together in North America or a Horde one on Oceania. Oceania. Whatever. In the Aussie servers. In the earliest alpha builds, Blizz had planned to allow members of both factions to mingle and play with each other if a character built up a positive rep with the opposite faction. Fortunately, this was removed before release, opting to make cross-faction play all but impossible. Players on opposite factions cannot even communicate with one another without the use of a special elixir of tongues items unless they are members of the few opposing races who share a language like Horde Blood Elves and Alliance Void Elves, or Pandaren who joined opposite sides. Alright, I'm going to leave her there. I'll go ahead and send the link. This should have been done at least before the end of BFA. I think before that. That's just my humble opinion. Um, I mean, server imbalance became a thing so long ago, and they fixed the big problem with when they joined servers together. When they figured out how to join servers without actually truly merging them. I've heard people say they don't like it. I think it was a brilliant solution. And server population problems was, in my opinion, the biggest problem WoW had in its earlier days. It was the thing that made so many of the WoW is hard stuff. A lot of that came from low pop servers. High pop servers weren't struggling. It was this low pop server. I was back on a low pop server back then, and the quality of raiders just wasn't as high. If you could play that well, then you could get into a good guild on a good server. You moved. So all we wanted was to at least be able to maintain enough people to do our crappy normal version of, or heroic version of the raid. And so they came up with, cross server rating for all but Mythic, and they came up with, combining servers. That fixed all that. But then they just allowed the Horde versus Alliance population imbalance to just grow and grow and grow and grow. And really, they honestly did. They say they did things, but I don't believe they did anything to truly fix it. Because even if you've got racials that, favor one, once it hit a certain tipping point, it didn't matter. They could have made the racials favor the other. The high end guilds might have transferred, but then again, might not because that'd screw them out of their achievements. So once it passed that tipping point of there's just too many horde, it's too much easier to. Speaking about North American servers, much easier to recruit over there. I ain't giving that up for some 1% advantage off of racial. Screw that. So once the horde passed that tipping point, that happened way back, way back. Something should have freaking been done because it doesn't matter how good the game is. You enjoy raiding and you struggle to keep a roster. Now, I will give one caveat that a lot of that is poor raid management and poor recruitment practices. Because I when I'm playing, and if I can go back to playing, I'm going straight back into my mythic team. Like my spot is kind of held forever, but and I'll go back to recruiting. I always do. And yes, even on an alliance team, I can fill that team no problem. I've filled multiple alliance teams, so it's not like it's undoable. But just gonna go ahead and tooty toot my own little horn. That's kind of my specialty. I know how to get people to come to our team. I know how to seek out the people who are going to be the right fit for our team, you know, because I'm with a multi-team guild, so I'm not necessarily recruiting for one team, but I know if I can look at this person and be like, okay, they've got experience in the past, and yeah, they haven't rated now like this last little while, and so they're going to be super excited to get into a guild or into a team doing content way better than like decent content. But I can see from the past they know what they're doing. They're rusty, so give them a trial. Can they shake off the rust? If they can't, okay, then we've got lower teams. Kick them down a team. You know, or well, I mean, in our guild, it's always the player's option. They want. Anyway, I'm gonna get off of WoW. I warned you. WoW always triggers me. You got way too much news. Me to get triggered about WoW. Netflix gaming. That word just sounds weird. Netflix gaming. It's a thing. Netflix subs across the globe can start playing games from a growing library of titles through the app on Android starting November 3rd. I gotta take a deep breath. WoW always gets me so. Among the myriad streaming services that have risen to promote over the prominence, prominence, prominence over the years, Netflix is the largest and most well known. Streaming giant just announced it would now be getting into the gaming market by offering access to a library of mobile games to anyone with a Netflix sub. I'm really surprised this is mobile. I did not expect it to be. There's no extra fees, and currently there's only 5 games available. Stranger Things 1984, Stranger Things 3 the game, Shooting Hoops, Card Blast, and Teeter. They say they have plans to grow, and currently they hired veteran EA game executive Mike Verdu as vice president of game dev and stated it wanted to enter the gaming market starting with mobile games. I just think that was a very odd choice. I really would have expected them to do something more like Game Pass or something, not so weird. Whatever. Moving on. So if you were interested in the Nintendo 64 version on the Switch and you wanted the controller, you're gonna have to wait a while. It is already sold out and it's not getting restocked until after the start of the year. The other classic controllers are still available. If they say when the first restock will be. It just says getting a hold of the controller before 2022 is likely to be pretty tricky unless you're willing to pay extra via 30-40 scalpers. 6 million or fewer markets on the market will be on the market before by March. That's rough. And if you wanted one of those, I am so sorry. All right, Harry Potter is vanishing. Told you, pre-warned you. Harry Potter Wizards Unite shutting down January 31st. Niantic, the developers of the smash hit Pokemon Go, will be shutting down its Harry Potter themed AR game Harry Potter Wizards Unite on Jan 31st, 2022. The game will be pulled from the App Store, Google Play, and Galaxy Store on December 6th, and the same day you'll no longer be able to make in game purchases. They didn't specify why. So, boo, piss, cry. Alright, Spellforce 3. Release date for Spellforce 3 Reforce on consoles has been scheduled March 8th, 2022. If you own Spellforce 3 on PC, the Reforced edition will be a free update and will arrive December 6th. That's a hell of a difference. Why? 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 I have some. Next up, Call of Duty Mobile Guide. We got a game mode guide. That's right. For some reason, it was hitting in my head as mod, and I'm like, so Call of Duty Mobile is actually my favorite Call of Duty, but I like playing it on the PC. So there's a way to do that, and it feels cheaty because the controls are so much better. But anyway, Mobile multiplayer is packed with several classic modes. This includes standard team deathmatch style matches as objective modes like domination and hardpoint. Fans of tactical non-respawn modes, search and destroy is also featured in the game. Here are all the standard multiplayer modes you'll find on COD Mobile, and here comes the link. You can read it for yourself. Not going over all of them. There you go. Next up, we've got an exotic weapon guide for Season 8 for Fortnite. It'll tell you where to get them. So it's got them all listed on here. And what they do why you want them, and where they're at. Isn't that awesome? Girls, I know. Movement in the other end of the house. I don't need to hear you bark about. Okay. And like Moobot just said, all the links will be at fayrana.blogspot.com tomorrow morning. So you can just go clickety click all of them if you want to. Alright, sticking with Fortnite moment. I've got a trailer for the Minty items, the Minty Legends pack. Nobody's in the pupper cam. You're over here wanting picked up. Reese's in the big bed. What's going on? Alright. Yeah. We are definitely in trailer section. Next one's called Time Load.
There's only one way to fix this. I need to put everything back the way it was.
I've been having a recurring dream. In it, I am 10 years old, and certain nothing bad will ever happen. But today, I will awake and return to that day to fix everything.
Time transfer complete. Successfully arrived in 1995. That's Adam's cat. It looks much bigger now. We can tighten the screw, fixing the floorboard in place. Thankfully, the water is of no danger to us. A secret sign. 2020 beta timeline. What happened here? The attic looks weird. Something must have happened in this timeline.
Tragedy struck the Wright household late Tuesday night. The neighbors say the fire started in the attic, then spread to the rest of the house.
How could this have happened? Don't change anything? What's that supposed to mean?
That's interesting. Available now? Looks like you can get it on the Epic Store. I know how I can get you to go back to your bed, but you wouldn't like it. Here. We're going to take a pause in this game news show. Convince Ruby she does not want to be up here. By giving her a nail clipping. Going to cry. It is not actually hurting her. Just a wuss. Out. See? Fine. No blood. Nowhere near the quick. You're just being a wuss. Well, we got one paw done. That's a surprise. I would have expected her to be like, nope, I am going back to the bed now. But you do claw. Yeah, it could use them too. Got it. Alright, next foot. Away the keyboard. You really do want attention if you're letting me clip your nails on stream. What about your back ones? How bad are they? No, they need it too, unfortunately. Hoping we can get away with doing front only. At least she's usually way less fussy about the back ones. For some reason, it's just her front paws that she's like, no, no touchy. I don't even have the clippers down there yet. Like, girl. Doing it. Gotten all but the, like, 3 toes. We're finishing. 1 toe. 2 toe. Like, that is seriously, that one's still too long. I didn't get anywhere remotely close. Okay, that one I think. Okay, okay. Much pets. All the pets. All the pets. Make you feel better. Yeah. Give me the. And. I really make better food. Oh, you're that traumatized? You're not gonna take the food? Really? Yeah, that's my chub butt root. Yeah. Okay, here. Put it in your bowl. It's coming. Make sure I got enough cord here. Just put the food on top of the cord. Oh, yeah, I'll just do it that way. There you go. Alright, that'll keep her busy for a little while. Now we can move on from Time Loader. Rainbow Six Siege. Operation High Caliber reveal trailer. If you must know.
My turn.
Cool. Alright, next up we've got Rocket League, the BMW trailer. Purple. Okay. What?
Concentrate all power to the generators. Crank up voltage to maximum. Connecting transmitter bridge. Energy field in 3, 2, 1.
November 4th. Alright. I don't know if I want to attempt to pronounce the name of this next one. Gynoug. Hey, babe. I mean, it definitely had that cool nostalgic feel, but whatever that red vowel or whatever that was supposed to be. Next up, Swords of Legend Online, the Forbidden preview trailer. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Next, Slice of Sea. Very cool. November 11th. That was definitely intriguing. Up we have Dawn of the.
All right, team. The Nephilim have breached the wall that separates New Toronto from the infested Old City. The area is already evacuated. Clear the ground of Nephilim while we find the breach.
It might be good. Everspace 2 trailer. Space jellyfish? That's a turn. Or are we underwater? Like, I gotta be underwater. We gotta be jellyfish. Rangers down.
Greetings and welcome to this commentary guided introduction of the Everspace 2 Fall Update. My name is Eric Schrader, the Community Ambassador for
And that's where we stop. Alright, I will link this if you want to watch the rest of it. Guide you. Next up, Starshift Origin. sorry. I just now realized I didn't. Sorry about that. Okay, we watched a Tunche trailer before. It's come a long ways since we watched the first one, so let's go ahead and watch it. Or is it the same one? It might be the same trailer. Alright, well, we can go around. I feel like the process. Okay, let's available November 2nd, so it's out now on Steam. Yeah, before I don't think we knew what the. Alright, let's look at some of the comments on this. Holy crap, this game is actually out. It's been on my wish list forever. Since it was out on an indie showcase. Got minor roguelite elements, but it's mostly a beat 'em up. Alright. Chronicle of Deep. Gameplay trailer. Jellyfish. I just can't. Crazy mismatch of texturing. What was up with that? You'd have like super well textured rock or ground, and then this sketchy as fuck lava looking blast when things get shot, and then you got a shiny shark, which is just like, what? I just can't. And I'm usually not one that gets distracted by bad graphics, but that was just, it wasn't so much that they were bad, it was just that they were so mismatched. Like, at least get everything kind of the same quality. Alright, moving on. Fight Night. Coming November 30th. Mark your dang calendars according to Fight Night's Twitter page. And wishlist the game on Steam. Thank you everyone for your patience and support over the years. I'll be every day from now until release to make sure to follow along. link you to the Twitter. Stop. Link you to the Twitter. Want to see more about Fight Night? Follow it. Alright, so a while back there was dramas where there were some Xbox Adidas, but they were rip-off Adidas, and lawsuits arrived, and now then, Xbox has now revealed that the Xbox 360 Forum Mid by Adidas, available in the US and Canada, comes out tomorrow. You can actually buy these ones and they're legit. Mid-height shoes come in white, silver, and green with a choice of red, yellow, green, and blue laces to represent the 360 controller face buttons. The design references not just the colors, but the disc tray, hard drive, and memory card slots, and even includes it's for fans. There is so much about mainstream marketing that I don't understand. That was supposed to make me want to buy shoes. It failed fucking hard. Microsoft has revealed that it will be partnering with Adidas to bring the first ever set of console-inspired sneakers. Well, that aren't. Anyway, I'm not even clicking the next one. The first one annoyed me enough. Moving on. Who's ready to shop? I mean, well, I guess we kind of already started, but like something that doesn't have lame. BOGO sale! IGN sweaters are BOGO. Which means you'll still be overpaying, but less than normal. Half as much. So, yeah, almost all their designs. As far as I understand, it's buy one get one half off sweatshirts and long sleeve November 2nd, November 15th. Discount is applied at checkout, cannot be combined with other coupons. It's not even buy one get one free, it's buy one get one half off. Dang. But Spider-Man, TMNT, Zelda. No, I think they got the designs. So here comes the link if you're interested. I cannot pay that much for sweatshirts myself. Just isn't happening. But I'm sure they're good quality sweatshirts. So that is the other thing. And yet, my El Crapper sweater, my pink one that I wore 2 weeks ago, Walmart sweater, and it's probably 5 years old, but it still looks new. That's mostly just because I don't wear it very much. Alright, we've got two things of Lego. I got all this natural insulation, so I don't need sweaters. IGN's Best Lego Gifts Holiday Gift Guide 2021. Top 3 must-haves. The Lego Super Mario 64 question mark block. The Lego Hogwarts Icon Collector's Edition. And Lego Marvel Infinity Gauntlet. Not sure I agree. They got the Avengers Advent Calendar, which more on that in a moment. A Lego Nintendo Entertainment System. How about that? Yeah, I like the Iron Man helmet made out of Lego. Got Star Wars, Harry Potter, Seinfeld. For crying out loud. My goodness. There's so much. There's just so much. It's all things Lego gift ideas. Here comes the link. And like I said, more on advent calendars. I've got an article that's nothing but Lego Advent calendars. So, yeah, here we go. Star Wars, Marvel, Harry Potter, Lego City, Lego Friends. All those Advent calendars here. I think. Yeah. Alright. Mass Effect. Legend is 34% off. This is through Steam. And that brings it down to $3. So if you've been waiting to get the Legendary Edition, now's your chance. Here comes your link. Control. There we go. Now then, PlayStation Store has a deal going on. They are running their, like, they just ended the Halloween sale. Just. And they've already got a new one, which is Remaster and Retro sale. Get up to 80% off on old games. So, and not necessarily bad games. They got Spyro, Saints Row, God of War Remastered, Bully, Modern Warfare Remaster. It's half off. Get you some Max Payne there for $9. Oh wow, Twisted Metal Black. Oh, I remember that. $5. Oh, that one's a nostalgia hit for me. Alright, looks like we've got 6 pages worth of retro and remaster games on sale by PlayStation. Here comes that link. Next up, freebies. Who doesn't love freebies? Free PS Plus games for November 2021. Available to download now. Let's see. Knockout City, First Class Trouble, Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, since The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, VR only, and Until You Fall, also VR only. And then it's going to give you a synopsis of each of those games. I'm just going to link the article. There you go. Okay, so a little channel news here. I do tend to go back and make clips if I think something funny has happened. Well, I decided to just go ahead and throw all my October clips into a video. So
October's been a super fun month. I'm so happy.
Get past here. Intro. You want to go check it out?
How
on
many copies
YouTube
of 10?
It's up there with all the other videos, all the VODs.
3?
Not the funniest.
Maybe more than 3.
So buy it! Available now on Nintendo Switch, Steam, and the Epic Game Store.
You can't get tangled in keyboard cords.
And
then
she
freak out when the keyboard
dives. Dive! Test of
Now
composure.
you're tangled in a microphone cord and you're gonna freak out.
Spectacular!
Oh, and all the jump scares too. So October's great. It's got all my jump scares because I'm not a horror game
It's
person.
me, Sparky!
The last month
Okay,
was
we don't
kind of
wanna
crazy for
Sparky
me
yet.
trying to watch all
that's
these
the end
horror
of the
trailers.
trailer section. Now on to
So, oh yeah, wait, this is from Halloween.
everyone. Welcome to the Queen Game News.
Queen of Game News.
Show.
Hashtag Queen of Game News. Anyway, yep, go check out the video. Really appreciate some thumbs ups on it. Or thumbs downs if you hate it. That's fine too. I understand. Alright. Last but never the least, always the best at the end of the show, the free game. So I will not be playing this one because just looking at it, I can already tell you it's going to kill my computer. But it looks pretty darn good for free.
Hey, that's enough data to keep Mother happy. Let's get it.
That Scourge is goo.
gonna get you killed if you're not careful.
Oh, yeah!
This is gonna be fun.
Let's find something to explode. Boom! Ha-ha!
Oh, that was pretty hot. Have you ever seen anything so cute?
Time to light the fire under us.
Early evac craft inbound.
Turn it out. We've got company.
Woo! Smoking! Ah! I live for this.
Alright, yep. Scavengers is the name of the game. It is. I picked it up over on the Epic Store, but it said it showed the website there if you wanted to go get it direct. Here comes the link. Alright. We just barely made it to the 1 hour mark tonight. Whew. I thought I had a pretty big show, but I guess it wasn't as big as I thought. Of course, part of that's just the fact that, like I said, I know I can't. There's no way this piece right now. I did speak to a repair person this week. They had an interesting idea. They don't think that the problem is actually the processor itself. They think the problem is the motherboard being the socket. But I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you. But I think it's probably just time to replace all of it, and there's no way I can afford to do that. So, fun. So now I'm kind of at a loss because they want $30 just to diagnose, to tell me which part is actually the problem. And if I give them $30 to tell me which part I want, then I can't buy the part. Like, as it stands right now, I could probably buy either a cheaper processor. I could buy a used motherboard that's the same socket as my processor and my RAM, but I can't buy both. And plus, I've sketched out the thought of buying used anyway. So, I'm hoping between birthday and Christmas that I'll just be able to replace maybe all of it. I'd love to be able to just go ahead and upgrade to an AM4, because right now I've got an AM3. I think it's an AM3 Plus socket. And it looks like to be able to get something decent and new, I'm going to have to go up to AM4. I don't know. That's where I'm at right now with all pieces. And it sounds like Smoking's back with food and pop, so that would be my cue to turn her off, shut her down. Anyway, if you're... Ow! Hi, Smokey. If you're on YouTube, you know the drill. Surprise me with a subscribe. Love y'all. Bye-bye.